Okay, I've left this for a minute. Hopefully you have it written down. But basically the quadratic formula is this. So if you have a quadratic, this is a formula that will give you the answer. No factoring, no real thinking necessary. You're just going to use the order of operations. So you have negative b plus or minus. We've seen that before, the plus or minus. The square root of b squared minus 4ac, and all that over 2a. And if you ask me nicely, I might sing it for you. So what you plug in for a is what's in front of the x squared. What you plug in for b is what's in front of the x. And what you plug in for c is the number at the end. It's important to write these equations in standard form. So let me scooch this down a little bit. This equation is not in standard form. I have to subtract the 2x to bring it over here. So this is x squared minus 2x minus 8. Okay? So the 2x here, I subtract it, put it on the other side. You put the squared term first, the term with just the x second, and the term without an x last, and it has to equal 0. So you have to put everything on that left-hand side, make the equation equal 0. Okay, when I write out my formula, I'm going to write it with parentheses. So I'm going to copy it from up there. Hopefully you can still see yours. It's negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And what I'm doing is I'm putting parentheses for every letter, all over 2 times a. Now, if you put parentheses for every letter as you're putting them in, you're much more likely to not screw it up. If you screw something up because you weren't careful with the formula, shame on you, because that's something you can easily do correctly. Okay? So b is negative 2. B is negative 2. A is 1. C is negative 8. A is 1. Okay? And x equals that. So let's work on this a little bit. X is equal to negative 2 is just 2. Okay? Inside the square root here, this negative 4 times 1 times negative 8, it's going to be 32. And negative 2 squared is 4. So 32 plus 4 is 36. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. And because 36 is a perfect square, we can continue. If 36 wasn't a perfect square, I would be done here. But I'm not. And in this case, I can find both the answers. So 2 plus 6 is 8, divided by 2 is 4. 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Divided by 2 is negative 2. So my two answers are 4 and negative 2. Almost went on to my next example there. Okay, so we have one there for you to try. Go ahead and try it. Put it in standard form, write out the formula, and plug it in.